that that ever since these three peoples that own the three lands that we haven't got yet are called Keni, Knizi, Kadmoni. He said the word Kenyan is in each of those three names. You can find the word Kenyan in each of those three names. He said, which means that it's all dependent on Yidden making a Kenyan. And that's what Avraham Avinu did. He started the Kenyan. We've got to start the Kenyan. We've got to do like Avraham Avinu did.
It's a shame Rabbi Meir Kahan never met the Rebbe.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what you said, but
Rabbi Meir Kahan.
Kahane.
Kahana.
It's,
He was in New York.
you understand, everything has its place. And now we see that poor man, it's interesting, he was a very quiet individual, all of a sudden. Even though he was a tremendous, he was overdone when he came to Derek. So up in America, he achieved unbelievable things. You know, the Jewish Defense League. In America, it was unbelievable what he achieved. He said, I once sat at a simcha with him alongside me. Yeah, I sat right alongside Meir Kahan the whole Asuba. And we spoke together and everything. And I was amazed at what a quiet and modest person he was. You know? He spoke very modestly and very nicely. And he was very careful that what was his, he's not taking somebody else's portion. He was very, very derech eretz and nice person. But when it came out to the political front, he was a fighter. So, here now, so he slightly overstated himself. He sort of overdid it a bit. But in America, he was most amazing. He achieved safety for hundreds and thousands of years in the very difficult places in America. And had he done it a little bit more correctly, he could have had a huge achievement over here also. But anyway, that's another matter. But anyway, the Rabbi says that we got to go and be Koine Eretz Yisrael. And he said, Ki kol zman, she'ein biyodenu es kol esa arotzes, kol zman, we don't have these whole 10 countries, adayin anu bitzumei shel kinyan Eretz Yisrael. Look at that. We're in the very essence of the kinyan of Eretz Yisrael. We've got part of it, we've got everything. We're still being Koine Eretz Yisrael. V'nidras me'itanu Lech-Lecha me'artzoko. And there was demand from each and every one of us, go out from where you are. Liknes is called Esaharotes. In order to purpose, in order to purchase all the 10 countries.
What does that mean? He's going to explain what that means really in Avoda? What does it mean?
Later on, the Rebbe said, means in learning Torah, you have to conquer new things, and you have to be mevatel all the bad midas that you have, and everything you have to learn, purings of the brain, very high madrega, and learning Torah, and all sorts of amazing. That's how the Rebbe answered. But in this part of the Sikha, it's much more that you've got to do something to be Koine Eretz Yisrael. So I think what we can do, each and every one of us, I mean, I'm sure you're picking up a lot. But what it means for each and every one of us, we meet people, each one of us in our way of life, we meet up with people. We're going to say to people, listen, Eretz Yisrael belongs to the Yidden Finning, MALCHUS, and state that we are ready and we are looking for Knizi v'Kadmoni. That's what we're looking for. And to say it to people, and you should realize that people are ready to hear. People are so absolutely fed up with this whole situation that we're in. A few crazy people with knives are bringing down a whole Medina. You know, people are just absolutely fed up. Yeah, it's a good and very ready moment to make a kinyan in Eretz Yisrael, how it is in perfection. Say to people, Eretz Yisrael is ours, and it's not going to help anything, and the government's got to realize that, and that's it. And more important, the Arabs have got to be moved in such a way that they know that that's in effect the case. And if that will be done, it can bring a huge change. Because it's written, I saw in a man from the Rebbe Marash this morning, that what does it mean that Avraham Avinu was made a big nation? Yes, Kol Goy Gadol. So the Rebbe Marash says Avraham Avinu was the most humble person that's ever been. What sort of a motivation did Hashem give him by promising he'll be big time? He promised him to be a great nation. So Avraham said, oh yeah, that's just for me, you know. I'm the big nation man, you know. What did that mean to Avraham Avinu? So he said, what does it mean? He said, the Jewish people are a great nation, from Avraham Avinu on. He said, how does that mean? And it's like we said before, there's no two, parts of the system. We're all one thing. And he said that the Gemara says that if a Yid bangs his finger on a table or somewhere, that's a special, gezerah, or a special inyan that's been worked out a mile. That nothing happens, especially to a Yid, that hasn't been considered as part of the divine plan. So therefore the Rabbi said, whatever a Yid does, makes a very big impression on Ma'ala. Hashem reckons with it. He said the difference between a Yid and an initiate is an initiate, he does what he does, but left after anybody pays any particular attention to it, unless it's troublesome. However, a Yid, you move your finger from one place to the other. You understand? You make a whole big noise in the heavenly world. He said, so if you do a good thing and you do a mitzvah, you say a good thing, they say to the Rebbe Marash says, you make a huge Indian Lamaila. And if it's a good and positive thing, then that has an effect on the whole running of the world. He said, that's what it means, a great nation. So what it means is, all you got to do is open your mouth, in a sense, but open your mouth in a good way. Not in a terrible way or a negative way. Only open your mouth in a good way, and if you affect the whole, what's going on upstairs, and so therefore, why does the Mishnah say you must always say a defending thing about your neighbor? Because put down in the Zohar Kodesh the day that you malamet zchus on somebody else, you're malamet zchus on yourself and on the whole world. You affect all the people around. Yeah. But since you said a defending thing about another Yid, you affect the whole world. Mm-hmm. That's our task. That's what we can do. And that's what we got to do. The Rebbe says you got to be koine, you got to make a kinyan and that sort, just like a Roman. So Avraham, he marched in the throne and he really got moving. He went here and he went there and he said, this is MALCHUS, and he's writing it down. This is so, we're not really in a position to do that. But we can move into a little environment that we meet up with. Or we say to people in a nice way, we can say to people, listen, this is our tribe, this is ours, we are looking forward to another 3 countries which we haven't got yet that belongs to us. And the Rebbe says that originally Yeshua had to fight wars. He said when Moshiach comes, we're not going to have to fight any war. The Goyim themselves are going to give it up or retain them had to. He said they will come to you and they will give you the other 3 countries. Mm-hmm. You won't have to ask them. Why? Because they will realize, they will see that this is the ultimate purpose of the whole Indian Torah and the whole Indian of the world, and this has to be given to the end. Well, we see from that it all just depends on bringing the Guru Shlema, Bapoil. It doesn't really mean you have to fight any terrible wars at all. The Goyim will themselves realize what they got to do. As they bring the Rebbe in the latter part of the season, that they will give us the whole 3 countries of Rotzanim had to. They will say, oh yeah, Shalom Aleichem Yidden. Here you got it. Shalom Aleichem Melech Mashiach. Let's sit down to the big Farbrengen. It's amazing. That's what the Rebbe said. We've got to do So then the Rebbe says that Matan Torah is also going to be a new Matan Torah. For that you've got to learn Torah. And then you've got to make a kinyan in the new Torah. Means you've got to, say new things in your own learning that you never said before, and you've learned before. Get excited, and the whole thing. The Rebbe writes about that as well. And he said then, there won't be any reason why Mashiach shouldn't appear immediately. Take him miyad, ala malkim, ala rega, amen ken yehi.
Ratzon. Amen. Ki Adonenu.
Ki Adonenu Moreinu Rabbeinu Melo Mashiach Leo.
Ki Adonenu Moreinu Rabbeinu.